ETH,
Love
another
it.
story, all-time high week for ETH. A few all-time highs were hit this week. I feel like celebrating every single one of them. Where are we right now, and what was the all-time high, David?
Yeah, ETH started at $4,200. The new all-time high of $4,675 was hit a little bit more than 24 hours ago, roughly 36 hours ago at the time of recording. We are currently clocking in at $4,485.
Next milestone is 5K. I feel like that's coming right up. But are we up? How much are we up on the week?
We are up 15% on the week. It looks like we dipped a little bit before I wrote that number down. So maybe about like 13 or 14%.
Why? Do you think this is like the Facebook meta news? Not to front run that. We're going to talk about that in news a little bit. But do you think there's a metaverse story connected here? Or do you think this is just the market kind of catching up to what ETH should be?
There are so many stories about what ETH should be. There's NFTs, there's the metaverse, there's DeFi, there's scaling, there's the merge, ultra scalable Ethereum. Like people are getting that their heads wrapped around that. There's so many stories to tell why this number is going up, and a lot of stories means a lot of reasons for a number to go up.
I still think it's low. To be honest, I still think the price of ETH is undervalued even at these prices. But you guys know that if you've been hanging out with Bankless for any time soon, we are ultra bullish on this asset.
The listeners are like, we know, guys.
It's like, shut up already, okay? We know. We already have our bags packed. All right, ETH Bitcoin ratio. What is that looking like, David?
Yeah, again, 3 green weeks in a row for the ETH Bitcoin ratio, clocking in at 0.0734. And so ever since the Bitcoin ETF, the Bitcoin Ether ratio has done really, really well. And again, has not spent very, very little time higher than this, especially in the last 6 months, but also definitely ever.
Wow, so, David, are we getting close to? We're getting close to like the 2-year, 3-year, maybe all-time high for the ratio.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's a lot of people I know. I know Anthony Cesano pays attention to this ratio a lot, and like I know he's waiting for that to break through.
He's frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, he's like just don't tweet.
Yeah, this is one to continue watching, but like this is also an indicator, I would say, of the continued crypto bull run, right? If this ratio is gaining steam, then it means bull run in full effect. But let's talk about the best of all worlds, which is the BED index, Bankless BED index. That is Bitcoin, ETH, and the DPI all inside one token. That's a third. What are we looking at on the week?
Yeah, BED had a good week because it is the best index in all of DeFi. Started the week at $172, hit a new high of $192, currently clocking in at $181. Overall, up how much percent on the week? I don't know, 5%. 5.5%.
Call that 5%. So guys, of course, you can get into BED, get with this index. It's a simple purchase. Go to the indexcoop.com website /BED and purchase that. It's actually up 60% for the 90 days in terms of close to 60% in terms of the 90-day increase in this index. So it's starting to get closer to being sort of a staple type index of the crypto markets, which is awesome to see. Also, ultrasound money, ETH is becoming ultrasound money. It just passed a big milestone. What is that, David?
750,000 Ether has been burned as of this week. 761,000 Ether. That's more Ether than I have. Closing in on the 1 million Ether mark.
A little bit more, huh? Just a little bit. More, just past David's bags here. This is cool too. I wanted to actually correct this because I think I said that last week. I think I said that ETH had 10x the transaction fees over the past 7 days of Bitcoin. And I was actually wrong. And someone reminded me of this. Ethereum actually had 100x the transaction fee revenue of Bitcoin over a 7-day period of time. So I was like, 10x off on that number. I knew it was a lot bigger, but over the last 7 days, look, man, Ethereum had almost $50 million worth of transaction fee revenue. And back to what we said last week, what do blockchains do? Blockchains sell blocks. This is their transaction fee revenue. And I guess a year ago, 2 years ago, it was like a fight between Bitcoin and ETH. Like every day, it's like who's kind of going to have more transaction fee revenue. Here's Bitcoin, a very distant number on this chart. not even $1 million in transaction fee revenue over the past 7 days. So it's super interesting to see, right? The thesis for Ethereum has always been you make block space more valuable, then the asset becomes more valuable. And of course, EIP 1559 kicked that into high gear so that there's this immediate feedback loop. But it seems to be the case that this is happening. Revenue numbers going up for Ethereum block space. Any other takes on this, David?
Yeah, there is a direct connection between the amount of fees your blockchain collects and the soundness of the money. And if you have not yet learned how to articulate that association, there's a ton of stuff to go and read on the Bankless newsletter. Ultra scalable Ethereum, ultrasound money with Justin Drake, tons of things. So make sure you understand the relationship between block space demand and soundness of the money. It's a really important concept.
The only one that's closest is Binance Smart Chain, and like I don't even know what they do with their numbers.
It's wash traded.
Okay. Let's talk about this too. Last week was actually the first week that Ethereum actually had negative issuance, David. And we've seen some milestones on this ultrasound money thing in the past. In fact, like the first day, I remember an individual block, maybe it was the first day or the first 2 days after EIP 1559, an individual block that had negative issuance. I remember being really excited to see that. Like it's happening. But now we're hitting all of these milestones. Talk about this for a minute.
Yeah. I think it was like just a couple hours after EIP 1559. Everyone was scraping the block Etherscan, trying to find the first ultrasound block.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It took people a couple hours, and then I think just a couple weeks later, we had our first ultrasound day, where we had a couple weeks later, we had our first ultrasound hour, where all the blocks over the hour were ultrasound. They were burning collectively more ether than was being issued. Couple weeks after that, we had our first ultrasound day, 24 hours of more ether being burned than was being issued. We have now hit our first week of total issuance going down rather than up due to ether burn. And so at some point, we're going to be repeating this, but it's going to be a month. And then at some point, it'll just be every month moving forward into the future. Ryan, are we seeing the current limit of the ether supply right now? Like that could be happening as of this week. The total supply of ether capped out. That is a possibility.
That's true. I mean, Justin Drake, when he put some numbers on this, predicted this in April. He thought that ether supply would never get above 120 million. And I don't know what the total supply looks like, but you're right.
I'm looking at it right now. The total supply is 118.2 million. So
do we ever hit 120 million? What do you think?
Oh, under.
Yeah, I definitely under for sure, because this isn't even getting started yet. Okay, once the merge happens, so like we're maybe 6 months away from that. It's over. It's done. It's gone. Right. So a reduction of 4%. This is an immediate reduction of 4% annualized issuance. So we're going to be ultrasound month every single month, every year. Wouldn't be surprised if we start to get ultrasound decades, David, under our belts with this. I mean, we'll see what this looks like.
As soon as we hit the merge, it's just ultrasound now and for forever. Right?
Yeah.
So it's just a race to get to the merge.
Unless you think block space, Ethereum block space, is going to drastically decrease in demand. Is there any world where that happens?
I don't think so. And there's a take that we have later to talk about what happens when you increase the block space available. People just use more of it. Yeah. And so like even with sharding, we're going to increase the amount of block space available. People are just going to use more. They're going to transact more.
And that's the thing. It's not even going to be humans. It's going to be other chains that are actually using this block space and being secured by it.
Absolutely. There's no coincidence that we are breaking all-time highs this week, and that this is all-time high week, and then also ETH burn ultrasound week as well. Like that is not a coincidence. Like bull markets bring in fees, and so like really this is a game of are we in all-time high season, right? Like are we in bull market season? Are we out of the crab season and we're just going to keep on yeeting into new all-time highs? If that's true, then we might actually be in ultrasound territory now and for forever. If that bull market can carry us into the merge. Like that's a possibility.
Yeeting into all-time highs, yeeting into the bull market. That's what we're doing right now. I love it. Yeah. Top assets by market cap. This is all top assets by market cap. It doesn't have things like gold, but it has things that you can like use generally trade on exchanges. So number one, of course, actually not of course, I was surprised to see this. The top asset in the world worth $2.5 trillion worth of ETH is Microsoft now. No longer Apple, it's Microsoft actually. Then after that, it's Apple and Google, and then some like oil and gas companies, Amazon, etc. All the way down to number 7 is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the 7th largest asset in the world that you can buy on an exchange of this type.
Right behind Tesla, yeah.
Right behind Tesla. Well, that's interesting. And then right ahead of Facebook. And then if you keep scrolling past Berkshire, past Nvidia, you get to Ethereum at number 13, almost breaching into the top 10 assets in the world. That's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, Ether is within striking distance. I think it's just like something like 12 or 15 more percent, which is just like, hey, that's just like one good week away from becoming a top 10 global asset. So
you got to love this.
That's going to be exciting to watch.
You think Jamie Dimon's looking at this and being like, oh, I'm number 14 and Ethereum just passed me. Now it's over for JP Morgan. It's like, I was wrong about crypto.
I don't think he's saying that.
Probably not, but maybe he should be. And along with the rest of the banks, even Visa's behind Ethereum at this point, which all makes sense because Ethereum is a network of networks. It is a global settlement layer. It is a monetary system. It is a money. It is not like all of these other things, aside maybe a little bit like Bitcoin. I think they'll continue rising in the charts. Yep. Here's a scary thought. I was thinking about this earlier this week. As bullish as I am, Dave, and you know I'm bullish, right? And you know I don't think the bear market is coming anytime soon. I think we've still got a run in us. But it is a scary thought to me sometimes when I see all of these token thoughts. Probably close to 50% of people right now have never seen a bear market. Okay, they don't even know what that looks like. Their only experience with crypto is, oh, I buy the thing and the number goes up. Oh, and it doesn't really matter what I buy because anything I buy, the number goes up, right? And like,
JPEGs go up? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Everything goes up. All right. And some things just go up faster than other things. And so what do I want to do? I want to get in the assets and tokens that go up the fastest, right? These are like little babies in crypto. Like, and I don't mean that in a condescending way. They're so new. They're like newborn babies and they've never seen the real shit. Okay. They haven't really until you've been through a bear market and like everything gets tested, your conviction gets tested, all of your theses get tested, and you've seen kind of the recovery of that, the other side, you don't really know what you own. So many people, like your friends and family, people you go to Thanksgiving with, many of them will probably own some crypto, but very few of them probably know what they own or why they own it, right? So this is actually a little scary to me, a little concerning because, bear markets can come. And then what happens when people don't have conviction in the things that they bought and they start to see a 20%, 30% decline, they're going to head for the exits. Right. So,
and then it's going to make it worse, right?
It's going to make it worse.
Into a feedback loop. Yeah.
I mean, that just struck me. I guess at some point in time, you get a certain amount of people who buy in and they don't really know why they bought in. And then it kind of there's a tipping point reached where something bad could happen, right? I guess that's what speculative bubbles are at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
You have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, one of the guts that I try and listen to is like the euphoria pain spectrum. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, it's been a while since I felt any pain. I've been feeling a lot of euphoria lately. Like that usually means that pain's around the corner.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to be in markets and don't feel like both. Like you get equal amounts of pain and equal amounts of euphoria. And there's been a lot of euphoria lately. And as you can definitely tell that in how many strangers there are at this NFT NYC event. Like a lot of these people are just here for the first time and they've been coming in when the times are good. There are very few people that have felt pain, and so
does this worry you, sir? Are you worried right now? Are we getting a little long in the tooth in this run?
The thing is, I always leave room for a new paradigm, and so I think all of the pain that the collective crypto community felt during 2018, 2019, it's that the meme of the army man protecting the sleeping child from the knives and the swords and the grenades and stuff.
Yeah.
I think maybe there's a world where we took that pain and shielded the 2020, the 2021ers from having to worry about that because we built all the infrastructure in the bear market.
I think the other thing is once you go through a bear market, right? You're not worried about that. You don't worry about the next one anymore because what's the worst that could happen? right?
Oh, I was making so many jokes this week about like, oh yeah, all the crypto people that I met in 2019, 2018, like a lot of us are like, gosh, the bear market was nice. Like it was quiet back then. Like it
was quiet,
really
good time to
cozy.
make friends, good time to start things, good time to build, right? And like if you didn't leave in 2018, 2019, are you going to leave in the great bear market of 2024?
No, it'll still be a bull market to us.
Exactly. Anyway, I just, it's something I'm thinking about. And again, I don't think this is imminent personally, but you never know. And markets can certainly turn in a hurry, at least in the short run.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, head over to Bankless HQ right now to develop your crypto investing skills and learn how to free yourself from banks and gain your financial independence. We recommend joining our daily newsletter, podcast, and community as a Bankless Premium subscriber to get the most out of your Bankless experience. You'll get access to our market analysis, our alpha leaks, and exclusive content, and even the Bankless token for airdrops, raffles, and unlocks. If you're interested in crypto, the Bankless community is where you want to be. Click the link in the description to become a Bankless Premium subscriber today. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for in-depth interviews with industry leaders, Ask Me Anythings, and weekly roll-ups where we summarize the week in crypto and other fantastic content. Thanks everyone for watching and being on the journey as we build out the Bankless Nation.